Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M by 1M, as you know, is the first and only global virtual accelerator for technology startups. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we do free mentoring roundtables week after week after week. It started back in 2008. This is the 659th session. We are on your side. This is a safe working session. You do not need to worry about, what I'm going to say and do I have any other agenda? I don't. The only thing I want you to do is to find some insights here with which you can improve on your business strategy and get ahead, remove some roadblocks and so on. So if you disagree with my feedback, that's also your prerogative. It's your venture. You do whatever you want. So I will give you, however, whatever I see as my honest, candid feedback. And I really believe in intellectual honesty. It doesn't serve any purpose to give you a false pat on the back. That's not why you're here. You're here to get some real insight, and I will give you to my best ability real insight. So we're going to start today's session with Abhishek Parmar. We will have lots of time for Q&A, and I believe there's a second presenter who is not here yet or whatever. But in any case, please line up your questions. I will take questions from the audience as well. Okay, so Maureen, I think you have notes in the chat from Ramakrishna who wants to pitch as well. Well, let me get started with Abhishek. You figure out the logistics of the other presenters. Go ahead, Abhishek. Please get started. FaishMe.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shamana and Maureen, for giving us this opportunity. And I am Abhishek Parmar, the founder and CEO of FaishMe. I also have my team here, Abhishek Mishra, Akash Karnatak, and Pongthang Laishram, who are probably in the chat, right? So we are called FaishMe, which is basically short for Fashion Plus Me. And yeah, we are currently based out of Himachal, and we have a working office in New Delhi. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah. So this is our team. I am myself Abhishek Parmar. I'm the CEO of the company. I have 2+ years of experience in building artificial intelligence and robotics products, and we have a CTO called Akash Karnatak. He also has 2+ years of experience in building deep tech AI projects. Again, we have Abhishek Mishra as a CEO and Pongthang Laishram as a data engineer, and all 4 of us are from IIT Mandi, same batch. So
And it has been 4 of you code.
Yeah, all 4 of us code. Yeah.
Does anybody understand anything about fashion?
So Abhishek Mishra is actually a data engineer in Editorialist, which is a famous fashion company.
Okay.
But nobody, I'll say that's enough. Yeah. So we have been like buddies through our college years with 6+ years of experience in building things. So again, so how we started this problem is before this, we have been building startups. It is our actually second startup. And after we exited from our first startup, we were like, yeah, we want to build something which is actually required right now, right? So I started.
Was the 4 of you together or?
No, in the first startup, it's just me and Akash. And after that startup, we had like 2 months of time, and we were like, we'll take a break. We'll talk to people. What
happened to that startup? You sold it?
No, we didn't sold it. We stopped it because we couldn't. I'll say, scale it. Yeah, it's also a very great startup, but yeah, I still use the product myself. Yeah,
that's fine.
So after that, we had around 2 months, and we talked to a lot of industry people, talked to a lot of our batchmates, and we were really interested in generative AI and what sort of impact it's having on the industry, right? So we talked to a lot of fashion people, and we realized that they were all very much bullish on how generative AI can solve some of their problems. So we talked to a lot of them. We understood what kind of processes goes from bringing a product from a shop to online, right? And what is the most painful part or most expensive part of that procedure. And one single procedure is product photo shoots has a lot of moving parts in them, right?
A lot of moving parts. I'm actually familiar with this business because I did a fashion company earlier in my career.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. Yeah. So yeah, it has a lot of moving parts and it can get really expensive, especially in certain niches such as lingerie, especially in the Indian market where these kind of models are not available.
Mhm.
So again, we aren't going with just one niche market. We did a bigger analysis and realized in India, generally a photo shoot for a single product, if it's in bulk, costs an average around $500, 500 rupees per product, and outside India it's around $50 per product, right? And the second most painful part was how long it takes for you guys to bring your product to online market once you have given it for a photo shoot. So
Mm.
next slide. So again, we talked to a lot of people. One problem was in the photo shoot. Another problem, which we think is really big, was in the accurate recommendation. So there are a lot of niche e-commerce platforms in India right now, and a lot of those platforms are struggling in matching, the correct kind of clothes for the current kind of people. The major reason being people often search in a more natural language manner. Like they'll search for, I need a dress for my wedding, which looks very similar to what Deepika Padukone wear, right? So this is a
Mm.
segment which they are not able to capture. This insight we got from, I'll say, enterprise players and some medium-sized e-commerce platforms who want to capture this segment, but currently they don't have the tools to do so. So these two problems we had identified, and based on that, we launched something, a small MVP that we gave to them. Next slide. Yeah, so we built something called FaishMe AI models and FaishMe AI stylist. Next slide. So FashMe AI models is a simple collection of, I'll say, models or human-looking models, which are completely generated using AI. So you, as a fashion designer, or if you are an independent fashion designer, you can just give us a flat pick of your cloth, and we'll put that cloth on our catalog of fashion models, which again you can choose from. It's a huge catalog from different ethnicities, different age, different gender, and a
Mm.
lot of things, right? And we are aiming to build a unified platform that allows users to add fashion models to their product images in bulk. So there's no need to go to product photography agency. There's no need to decide whether they have a particular
You
type
don't
of
need an
model.
actual photo shoot. You can do it all in AI.
Yeah, you
That is
summarized it well.
incredibly, incredibly useful.
Yeah. So again, we
That's
built. Yeah.
a new nightmare actually to have all the products uh, put on models,
True,
clothes put
true,
on
true.
models.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so our unique value proposition is that on average, we can reduce the cost of product photo shoots by 95%. We can
Mm.
increase the customer conversion rate by as much as 37% because you get to put more images of your catalog with different kind of model, different kind of angles, and not just flat images. And we can allow them to capture those missed sales opportunities by handling natural language searches for them. So for e-commerce platforms, we don't just provide these AI models, but we also provide an AI stylist that allows these customer to search in a more natural language manner for those clothes. Can you go next slide?
Well, I think those are two different problems.
Yeah,
Uh,
true.
my recommendation would be to focus on the model problem and the photo shoot problem because you're selling to different people. These are two
Hmm.
very different businesses that you're talking about, and I wouldn't do both businesses
Yeah, true.
because the model business, the photo shoot model business, replacement business, is a very, very good opportunity, really interesting opportunity. What is the competitive landscape of this?
Yeah, so I'll quickly come to that. So, as a customer segment, majorly includes three kind of players: small boutiques, which we have been talking to all around Himachal. Himachal is a hub for handy looms and small boutiques who make traditional artworks, but they don't have access to these kind of expensive photo shoots. So again, these kind of shops are all over India. There's a huge amount of these shops, and that will be our first customer segment. The second customer segment is generally the medium-sized retailers who generally have an e-commerce platform, and the third kind of people are actually bigger retailers who not only have an e-commerce platform but are also have their own line of or chains of huge offline stores.
Can you tell me what is the form factor of your product? How does the product work?
So how does the
Say
product?
a small boutique wants to, put 50 products on models. How does how,
Hmm.
how is that going to go? Is that
Uh,
a website where they put the photos of the clothes and then you match them with models and produce the final images back to them?
Yeah. So our in our ideal case, it's going to be a website, a web app, right, where they can choose the kind of model they want, right, and they can
Mhm.
upload the flat picture of their cloth product, right, and they can match. Okay, this is the model I choose, and this is the product I choose, and it'll generate a particular image. They can also choose the ethnicity, gender. again, ethnicity, gender, all those are filters for the models itself, right? And
Okay.
poses and all those things. Yeah. So it's a web app in the ideal case, but right now we do it on an order basis. So we call those guys, we say, hey, can you send us the image? And we're doing it offline on our end.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so this is a huge market. To just go over by bottom to up analysis, there are around 3 million fashion retailers in the e-commerce space, and if we just charge them around an average of $600 per year, we have a huge market of $1.8 billion, which contains, of course, enterprise retailers, brands, and small agencies, as well as agencies who are already doing photo shoots but want to do those photo shoots much more efficiently, right? In the top to bottom manner, there are studies that show that fashion market is estimated to reach around 50 billion by 2033 and is growing rapidly. And it's
Top
not a
down is
fashion.
not interesting. Top down doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah,
The
sure.
only thing that would matter is can you elaborate on your pricing, the $600 a year? There must be a volume pricing
Yes, yes, yes. There is,
in
there is.
there, right?
Next slide. Yeah. So our business model is majorly break down into four different parts. Every single part comes with different features. A free access model is free, of course, and you get 5 credits with which you can generate around 5 images, right? In the individual creator, you pay a fees of around $240 per year, which is around $20 per um, month, and you get access to the whole platform. You get access to the whole catalog of models that you want to visit, and you get 30 credits for that month. So 30 credits is like you can generate 30 images, and if you haven't generated any images in the last month, those credits get carried over to the next month. So you next month, if you haven't generated any image, you'll have next month 60 images that you can generate, right? For a little bit bigger brands and agencies, we believe a $1,200 per year is a fair pricing, where they get around double or triple uh, uh, 120 credits per month, and they get not only AI fashion models, but they also get AI stylists as well as some post production services that they might need. So they get a customer agent assigned to them if they want some kind of a new kind of model that they want added to the catalog, or a new kind of pose, then our customer agent helps them. Of course, the whether to have a particular AI model exclusive for their brand, we are open on the table for that if they want to discuss in this particular plan. Yeah.
Okay, let's do competition.
Yeah. So we have a lot of competition globally. There are quite a few of companies who are trying to do similar things, right? But in India, in India also there's competition. Majorly Indian companies, I'll say Neuraleap, who recently raised a pre-seed of 1.25 million, and Try 3D, who also raised a seed of $576,000 in 2016. Around, I think last year they raised, right? But both of these companies are not using the, I'll say, the most cutting edge. They're still relying on tech, which is like, I think, 2 years old. And also they're targeting majorly saris and traditional clothes. Whereas we want to go headfirst into the apparel and the stores and the categories which might help the bigger players. So this is a region we are still, trying to figure out what is our moat, which might help us, reach to the top. But yeah, this is generally our competitive analysis.
Okay.
So this is just us trying to explain why we are better than our competitors by showing pictures from them. So on the left side, you can see there's a picture from our competitor. On the right side is us. Our pictures are much more realistic, much more rich, just because we use, I'll say, the latest tech. All of us are tech guys. We are from IIT Mandi. We have all of their IIT Mandi's resource at our hand to get access to the latest models, as well as develop the latest technology right now.
This slide doesn't work, Abhishek. It doesn't say what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah,
The others are good enough, so I wouldn't use this slide. This
I
doesn't
understand.
doesn't help you at all.
I
I think
understand.
your answer to the question on uh, differentiation is it's a large market and there's opportunity for more than one player, but I don't think uh, your technology argument is working.
Yeah, true, true, true. Actually, competitive analysis is something we have been trying to figure out what would be our mate. We are actually trying to develop
Your
a more.
competitive analysis, you have to understand the competition, but the real story is going to be execution. Can you execute? Can you get ahead with execution? So this
Yeah,
is actually a relatively simple execution path, but you have to execute really precisely and get quickly ahead. That's going to be your story.
I understand. I understand. Yeah, yeah. Your true execution is something that matters. You're also trying to get ahead in the distribution. Most of our competitors do not have an active Instagram right now, which we believe would be core.
It doesn't take that long to set up an Instagram.
Oh yeah,
These are
we are
not
hoping.
sustainable differentiations. This is
Okay,
not a sustainable advantage. You have to focus on sustainable advantage and how do you build this business quickly, basically. Because
okay, I
there's going
understand.
to be a lot of competition, I think,
True, true, true. There's
as you
going to
go
be a lot of
along. So you have
competition.
to quickly get very far ahead, very, very rapidly. Okay, tell me what's
Uh,
you're piloting with Shopper Stop right now?
yeah, so this is something we are still doing a POC right now. But yeah, we of course reached out to players, right? We had a tech, we had a small MVP, and we want to showcase to people. So we reached to Shopper Stop, and we got on a call immediately as soon as I think it took him 1 hour for the manager to come on a call with us, and
Great.
we showed him the results, and he was really happy with it, right?
And you
So right
reached
now,
out to him on LinkedIn?
we reached out to him on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Excellent.
So yeah, so we are in the between of running a POC with them. Where like the aim of the POC is that they have around. So what happens with Shopper Stop is they have a huge catalog of clothes that are
Mhm.
not online right now, simply because a lot of small manufacturers haven't provided them with photos of those particular
Yes.
clothes, right? So that's an opportunity that they want to capitalize on, right? So that's something that we are trying to help them right now with. That you have a lot of clothes lying around in your stores, which you want to bring online, but you don't want to spend a lot and on these kind of photo shoots, and you want an easy way to do product photo shoots, and you want a cost effective way to bring them online, right? So that's what we are trying to pilot with Shopper Stop, and with smaller studios like Butico, Asisa, and Expressions. We are basically giving them models. They currently do not have. So what they do is they generally do one photo shoot once a year when they have like a big launch and anything, and they reuse those photos again and again. So these guys want to have I'll say frequent photo shoots to launch every single collection that they want in a proper manner on Amazon or any other e-commerce platforms. So basically for the uh, smaller part of our user base, or I'll say smaller boutiques, we are providing them with AI models, whereas
Yeah,
with Chopper Stop we are providing them with ease and cost effectiveness to bring their clothes online.
very good. And what, in terms of your product and the platforms you're building on and the what you need to pay those platforms for using the generative AI, what architecture, what tech stack are you on?
So we aren't paying any third party for our tech. We every single tech is either open source, right, and is running on our own servers. So the whole tech stack is with us, right? That's the advantage that we have. And secondly, I'll say the tech stack on our side costs pennies. Like it costs very little for us to execute this. The cost on our side is more so on the logistics side. So say with Shopperscope, if you're trying to process 30 k images, right? So 30K products, then you need to click 30K images, right? Either through phone or through a simple camera. So that's a cost that we are trying to figure out right now.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
this is
And
this is
what
our
is
general GTM. Yeah.
you're trying to get Shopper Stop on board and some small companies? What's Calvin Klein? You're in discussions with Calvin Klein?
No, no, we aren't in discussion with Calvin Klein, but the GTM right now is to onboard one big to medium company every single month, and have smaller companies on the side that we are onboarding.
Okay.
But we would love to have discussion with Calvin Klein if you can connect us.
All right. So
Yeah, next slide,
I
please.
think I understand what you're doing. I think it's actually a very valuable thing.
Yeah,
There is
and it's
going
a
to be
huge.
competition, but it's a very valuable service. Very
True, true.
valuable service.
Yeah, and we understand it's a huge market. We don't just want to become a platform for no just product images. We want to be a platform where people can not just generate product images for their catalogs, but product images for their Instagram marketing. And later on, we want to be a platform where people can also generate product videos that they can give, put on their Instagram, put on any of their marketing campaigns. So this is our more broader vision that we want to become an industry leader in artificial intelligence tech in the fashion space.
Okay.
So
And
this
do you want to build this as a bootstrap venture or are you planning to raise money?
So we actually planning to raise money. We have been reaching out to our alumni, like left and right. So it's been only 2 months since we started this. By the way, I think I forgot to mention that. And we have been looking right left and right for kind of like pre-seed right now with our alumni, with anyone we can reach out,
I see. So
because
do you
as you
have
said, right,
wherewithal
execution.
to go further with this? Can you bootstrap up to a point, or are you
We
dependent on external money?
So we probably can bootstrap this. It's not that we cannot bootstrap it, but as you said, right, execution is really important right now. The tech
Yeah.
that we're using just released 2 months ago, and we had the access to that tech. Of course, a lot of other people also have access to that tech, right? So execution is most important right now, and we
Execution is
want to be
most
the,
important.
yeah, and we want to
Execution
be the
is most
fastest.
important.
Yeah.
And that is going to be part of the fact that there is going to be a lot of competition is going to be the issue on funding, you know. I think people are going to look for a sustainable differentiation and competitive advantage. So you should keep that in mind. But investors do not like categories that get very crowded.
Yeah.
Oh. But what you're doing is extremely valuable. I'm pretty sure you can build this into a sizable company. Funded or not is a different issue. But if you, again, if you execute really well, then funding can come. But you have to really execute well.
So I'll just say one of the, I'll say the market right now that we are receiving the most, great feedback from is the laundry market in India, to be honest, because laundry boutiques are like, yeah, I can't find a model, Indian model to
The
shoot my
compact
laundry.
models. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they have been like really great in helping us. And of course, we are doing with others also.
Yeah, no, this is a very interesting business. Okay, how can I help you? What questions did you come here with?
So majorly we are looking towards number one, connections in the fashion space, right? If we can have pilots running with more players, that also builds us trust as well as helps us with the execution. Second is if we can get any feedback which is specific to fashion industry, get some kind of pre-seed going on with someone you knows who is very much interested in the fashion industry, that will be really great for us.
Well, I will explain how to use 1M by 1M in a moment. Let me just check. Maureen, are we doing any other pitches today? From what I see in the public chat, there are a lot of people. Ramakrishna, is that wrong? Okay, so the other set of slides that you have, the person has not shown up, but there are a lot of people in the room. I will take questions in just a moment. So please start putting your questions in the public chat, and I will start answering questions from there, or you can let Maureen know and she will put you on the panel so you can ask questions through the computer audio as well. While you're starting to do that, let me explain how to use 1 million by 1 million to whoever is planning to use the program. Everything is at 1mby1m.com. I assume since you're here, you've already looked at the website at least somewhat. Our full acceleration program that includes, you know, various kinds of anything to do with introductions, anything to do with strategy consulting, anything to do with investor introductions, anything to do with influencer marketing, everything is in that full acceleration program. That is 1M by 1M premium. Okay, that's $1,000 annual membership fee, and you can come and talk to me every week, and I will, basically all our resources are behind you in that program. If you're just looking to do curriculum, and I know many of you are, in particular, I know we have a huge audience of people who are looking at bootstrapping a startup with a paycheck. And for that category, bootstrapping using 1M by 1M basic, following the methodology and studying the curriculum and methodology is a fine starting point. So curriculum only, you don't get the mentoring, but you can come to the free roundtables and ask questions. So go look around on the website and see what works for you, and accordingly choose how you want to join the program. We have also had requests for private one-on-one consulting. People have some anxiety about privacy, and in response to that, you have this one-on-one consulting availability as well. But Remember, that is a lot more expensive. So whereas 1M by 1M Premium is $1,000 annual membership fee, one-on-one consulting is $1,000 an hour. So we have free roundtables every week. You can pitch for free once. After that, to work with me on an ongoing basis, you need to be in the premium program. But the free roundtables happen every week, and you can come, you can listen, you can ask questions every week. If you have questions about the program after today's program, Irina Patterson is your contact. So please feel free to contact her. Let's see, is there any question from anyone in the audience? Abhishek, you're also welcome to ask more questions as you wish.
Yeah. So you mentioned you help with investor introductions, right? So that would be really helpful for us. We're majorly looking for angels right now, especially angels who are either in the fashion space or in the AI space. So to help us not only, in terms of little bit of investment, but
You
also in
should look
terms of,
at the investor introduction policy on
I
the
understand.
website before you join. If you're coming here for investor introductions, look at the policy. And I have some ideas about how to go about accelerating your venture. So if you decide to work with me, it's going to be a little bit different from the way you're thinking about the business. And I will, offer you those ideas and guide you in those through the mentoring program. But it's not just investor introductions that people come here for. Part of it is we get people ready for investment. If you go too early, all you're going to get is a bunch of rejections. And what I try to do is to make sure that you have done enough work so that you don't get a lot of rejections out of hand. So if you go, what you're doing right now is reaching out to investors left, right, and center. The chances of you getting a lot of rejection is very, very high. So don't blow all those cartridges going too soon. You have some preparation work to do, and I can give you some of that guidance to prepare and get further with what you have and with making some moves, and then send you to investors. You have a higher chance of succeeding.
I understand. Thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome. Okay, I think Ramakrishna Tumuluri wants to talk. Maureen, could you put him on the panel?
Yes, Shramana, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I can't see my face on the screen. Am I visible to you guys?
We don't see you. Your video is not on.
My video is not on. I just logged in. I don't know. I can't even see a control here for it.
There should be a video icon next to your name in the participant list.
Okay, let me try that. Give me a second, please.
Or just talk,
Oh, just talk. Okay.
In the interest of time, it's better that you don't fiddle with technicalities and just talk. Go ahead and ask your question.
I am talking now.
There you go.
You all
We
see
can
my
see you
picture?
too. Now we can see you too.
All right. So I have a humble suggestion for Abhishek. Talk slowly and crystallize your thought. Talk less.
Okay,
My
why don't you
suggestion.
talk
It's
about
up to
your
you.
question? We're not here for you to advise Abhishek. Please ask your question.
Okay. All right. I'm new to this forum, so I'm an entrepreneur. I am based out of Hyderabad, India. I was in the Bay
Okay,
Area for
business.
15 years. I'm a Silicon Valley migrant.
Okay.
I am working in the 3D commerce space. I can share my website. Take a look at it.
Can you
Yes,
explain
I can.
an elevator pitch of what you do?
What we do, I have the world's finest solutions for the furniture industry, lighting industry, the only solution in the lighting industry, paints and flooring sector. So I'm attacking a $1.5 trillion market with a 3D commerce solution, a custom solution. It's meant to help them showcase and sell their products.
And do you have
Only one
customers
competitor in
already?
the world. The name of the company is 3D Cloud. They're based out of Ohio. They've raised 65 million something. They have $15 million of traction. Real customer, paying customers like IKEA, Macy's, and so on.
Great.
So I
Fantastic.
am just beginning my sales and marketing journey, and I'm here in the valley to attend my friend's 60th birthday. But I also came across. I was attracted by your headline, 1 million by 1 million, because in part that is partly my goal, to create 1 million jobs in India, in addition to unicorn, of course. And so I was attracted to that, and then I thought, this lady is very bold to make these bold predictions. So let me just talk to her. That's all.
So you're
So I'm
not
at a very
here
early stage.
you're
I'm
not
not
here to
looking for money.
seek just a second. I'm just trying to understand your situation. You're not here to seek uh, help with your company. You're here just in a general interest way, right?
I mean, I was curious by what your headlines were, 1 million by 1 million, and I thought I'd check it out. Second, if there was an opportunity, I didn't know how many people are pitching. If there are very few people, I don't mind pitching to get feedback and advice.
Do
Uh,
you have slides?
yeah, no, not today. I didn't prepare for today. I just registered to attend. In a subsequent meeting, if there's going to be a lot of crowds, I don't want to present. It's waste of my time, I think. I'm sorry to, I don't mean to sound
There
arrogant.
are these roundtables are not private. So if you're interested in private discussions, please do not pitch here because this is not a private, it's a private public session. A
No,
lot
I didn't
of
say
people
private. I
listen,
said,
a lot of people will be looking at
okay,
the
fair,
videos.
fair,
It's
fair,
going to be on LinkedIn, it's
fair.
going to be on
No,
YouTube. So please don't come and tell us, oh, now you need to take off my video off your roundtable recording. Please don't do that. This is a public session.
fair,
Uh,
fair, fair. That's not what I said nor meant, but nevertheless, I just came primarily to check it out. And I am impressed by how you present your services. And so I just wanted to check it out. That's all.
Okay, great, fantastic.
So,
And how far along is your company?
yeah. So I'm following a product market fit established by a competitor, but I'm beating him on features and KPIs, key
And
performance
have you got
indicators.
customers? Have you started winning customers?
I have started reaching out on LinkedIn. I have 200 connections. I'm working towards getting the next level in the sales funnel.
I see. So you haven't started selling yet.
I have started. I've started the process. It's early days.
We haven't sold anything yet. Okay, never mind. I understand. That's fine. Is
uh,
there anybody else who wants to ask any questions or
yeah,
have discussions?
I actually have another question. So Shaman, so yeah, you said ki, you have some pointers for us, right? I'd be really happy if we can receive some of those pointers. So how would you approach if you were like in our shoes, right? Approach investors as well as approach the market right now.
I would not go to investors right away. I would not go
Okay.
to investors right away. I would try to find a different go-to-market strategy that is going to go faster. Because I think a lot of this issue is going to be we can assume this is going to become a super crowded market.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's almost guaranteed. It's a problem that is not difficult to understand. It's a very obvious application of generative AI. It's not very complicated technology-wise, probably. So, it's the barrier to succeeding in this market is going to be pure execution. So I would first work on your go-to-market strategy so that we can answer credibly how this thing is going to get to velocity and gain a position in the market, defensible position in the market. Very crowded markets often become a lot of small businesses. There could be 40 competitors, each of them are going to be small businesses. Nobody's going to break out. And that is not a category that investors invest in.
Okay. So I'll
This is
still
the
say the
problem
tech
you're going to
is,
face.
yeah. So I'll say the tech is not yet, I'll say, super easy to implement, as well as it's not super there. It's still very much not there. The results we have shown has taken us quite a amount of effort to put in, right? So that's one of the
But it's all
things. And
relative, right?
Yeah. But again, tech is not a moat most of the times, that you are completely correct on, right?
This
So you're
tech is not
suggesting,
about. I know enough
Hmm,
about. I'm a computer scientist, right? I know enough
yeah.
about tech to know that tech is not going to be the moat here.
Not, yeah, true. And you're saying we should go in a different with a different GTM strategy, right? But I had a question here, that most of our GTM strategy requires a lot of initial investment to not only reach out but also execute big orders. So any way you can see through that? Do you want us to go take loans or something?
No, no, you have to
Okay,
bootstrap. I think what I would work with you on is figuring out a bootstrapping strategy that can get you to quickly a lot of paying customers. That gives you, that's the part that I'm going to look for, and I will find it, because I mean, I know that this game I know very well. I will find that path.
sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, who else? Anybody else doing a business that you want to quickly share a little bit about without being concerned about confidentiality? Okay, if nobody else wants to share anything, then we are going to wrap up for today, and I will see you later. Talk to you soon. Good luck, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.